Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, some huge Elimination Chamber spoilers that literally change everything.
A big update on Eddie Kingston.
Got the latest on Vince McMahon and his stupid plans.
And AEW's reaction to the Tony Fumbled chants on NXT. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andrew Hugh Murray.
This is the news.
All right, being the gracious gentlemen that we are, this is a very spoiler-heavy first story. If you don't want to know who might be winning one of the biggest elimination matches, and also this will have major ripple effects for WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. If you don't want any of that in your life, I'm giving you a fair warning. The timestamp is right down there. 5, 4. That's not how you count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoiler time. Dr. Chris Featherstone, Backstage Pass, Sportskeeda Patreon, reporting that currently WWE's planned winner of the Men's Elimination Chamber, seemingly going on to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41, is Drew McIntyre.
Wow.
What? This blew my wig clean off. You can see I'm not wearing it.
Of course.
It went into the stratosphere. I can't get it back. If somebody's got a spaceship, let me know. Hook me up. This is super interesting because obviously, look, plans change. It's pro wrestling. It's a volatile place. Also, we've got The Rock making it up as he goes
Chaos!
along. He can do anything. He could randomly decide tomorrow, actually, the winner of the Elimination Chamber is not facing, he could do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They've already said it on TV. It's The Rock. He doesn't care. So, there's a lot of ifs and buts and maybes and kindas, as with anything else. But I think this is super interesting. If you look at the betting odds right now on Paddy Power, which is a gambling website, gamble responsibly in the UK, they currently have Big John Cena as the favourite, 10 to 11 odds, followed by CM Punk at 6 to 4, and then Drew further away at 10 to 3.
It was between Cena and Punk for me. That was it.
This is it. And if you are sitting at home fantasy booking your WrestleMania, there's a really good chance that you're booking Cody versus Cena or Cody versus Punk.
Yeah.
Probably Cena, but also they've teased Punk a lot.
Punk would make sense too, yeah.
Punk has, of course, been linked with a triple threat match with Seth the Chef and Roman the Roman. Roaming Roman. That's the guy.
That's what we call him.
Loves going for walks.
That's his nickname. Everyone calls it him.
Goes for a big walk up the hill every day, baby. Whereas Drew, the original report from the Daily Mail, was that he was going to face Damian Priest, which was seen as a nothing match. And Drew felt that after the best year of his career in 2024, he deserves something bigger at WrestleMania. I think we agreed.
Yeah.
I think we agreed that nothing match was a bit strong.
Yeah, Priest and him could have a banger, I agree.
It's a pretty strong burial of a former world champion there. Then, a couple of weeks ago actually, Dr. Scoops, Dr. Featherstone, he reported that because of the online response to this, WWE were pivoting. So this report, that Drew's maybe going to win the Chamber, is really interesting. It blows WrestleMania to pieces.
I'd love to see what would have happened if we'd have gone back in time from today, right? And gone back to us doing the news in sort of mid-January and went, guys, we know what's going to happen, by the way. We can tell you. All right, okay. Who wins the Rumble? Is it CM Punk's time? No, it's Jey Uso. What? Well, obviously, Punk or Cena wins the Chamber. No, it's Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
What the hell does WrestleMania look like? But like you say, all the pieces do kind of fit together. Hamlet was talking about the fact, obviously, we're also waiting to see on Saturday, if Cody sells his soul to The Rock, he's probably not going to do that. He's a good guy for now, at least.
Yeah.
But Drew could do that.
Absolutely.
I'll be your champion. It's still not.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Still not been revealed who texted Drew whilst he was away. Remember that? That piece that they sort of dropped, but they could pick back up, and it was like, it was Dwayne this whole time, checking in on him.
Absolutely. And would it not be premium Dwayne chaos? Michael Hamflett came up with this while we were talking out earlier. If instead of Cody selling his soul, Drew sold his, right? And that's revealed. Drew ends up winning the belt at WrestleMania. That way you still have The Rock versus Cody on the table if you want it, which means we can have another round of this nonsense next year. Which
New Orleans, baby, let's go.
Listen, I say nonsense. I love it. Yeah. I love this silliness. Personally, this spoiler to me, I love this. I love this.
So fascinating.
I love Drew McIntyre. He's one of my 5 favorite wrestlers in WWE, easily. So the idea of him maybe winning the world title at WrestleMania, hell yeah, count me in.
Yeah, him and Cody, the moment Drew moved to SmackDown, him and Cody always looked like, well, that could be a fun pay-per-view match whenever they decide to do it, but doing it at WrestleMania just takes it up a notch.
Yeah.
And there's all the intrigue, like you say, and people will panic about this, understandably, and be like, oh God, it's WrestleMania 2000. But how the hell do you fit all the other pieces together? Because now it's not just, oh, right, well, Punk hasn't won the Chamber or the Rumble. What do we do with him? It's Punk, it's Seth, it's Roman, it's John Cena. Like
Logan Paul, mate, he's a big name. He's a big name.
You can't, unless you just do a big, I don't know, 5-man with them, basically.
I so want Logan Paul versus John Cena. I want John Cena. It's going to be like the Drake Pusha T beef. I want John Cena dropping the story of Adidon in this first story, man. Like in this first promo, just shred that little guy.
Don't come for Pusha T. Trust me, it's not worth it.
Don't come for Pusha JC either. But yeah, I think this is really fascinating, Luke. Drew,
it could all change, obviously.
And also, right, Drew McIntyre, if he won the Undisputed World Championship at WrestleMania, beats Cody Rhodes, say that happens, The Rock helps, whatever, he can now go to Mr. Phil Brooks and go, hey, buddy, I won this in the WrestleMania main event, which you've never had. Round 4. This is really good.
And then, just to clarify, to get into the main event of WrestleMania next year, Punk might have to win the Saudi Arabian Rumble.
Oh.
That's a real wrinkle, that, isn't it?
That'll present an interesting challenge for him.
And if he does go and do that, I think I read there's 3 Saudi pay-per-views next year.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
You can cry tears of blood.
Yeah. But let us know your thoughts on how this plays out and whether you're happy about it, what you want to see everyone else do. Let us know in your comments, because, yet again, a bit like the day after the Rumble, WWE's just gone, but I do like it. Like, I'm conflicted, because sometimes I sit there and say, look, predictable isn't always bad, but what? Is also just as fun, because it feels like they have a plan. It's not like they've just gone, oh, it's not Vince days. It's not just like on the day, bollocks, you win it.
Yeah.
They have a plan. Like the Jey Uso thing's clearly worked out for them.
Definitely, yeah. But I made a whole video, solo video a couple of weeks ago, talking about how overblown that react.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
There was like 10 loud people online going, Jey Uso sucks, he can't win the Rumble. Listen to the arenas, man. Like, come on.
I myself went, well, at least that frees up one of the main events on one of the nights. No, that's main eventing. That should main event.
Yeah.
Tell me you don't want to see that amount of people in Las Vegas yeeting after he hopefully dethrones Gunther.
The thing is, so you look at all these pieces now, right?
Yeah.
Punk, Cena, Cody, Drew, The Rock, Roman.
So who's who of curtain jerkers right there, Andy?
Jay versus Gunther's opening, brother.
It could be.
100%.
It could be now after this story, but
I love this. I love this so much. This is good. If WrestleMania build so far, kind of meh. This, good.
Yeah, just awesome. And if you love chaos, it's what we do on a daily basis here at WhatCulture. Join us for our live shows across the UK and heading to Las Vegas ahead of WrestleMania weekend, of course, Manchester, Belfast, Glasgow and London next month, which is soon, tomorrow.
Gorgeous.
Jesus, we want to start planning something.
I'm going to get myself into tour shape.
Yeah, we have got lots of stuff planned for it. Don't worry, though. Do join us for that usual stuff. You know, quizzes, Q&As, all that good stuff. Meet and greets, most importantly of all. Yeah, come and party with us across the UK.
I'm not partying, but we can have a pint.
Oh, I'll party. I'll party your ass off, because I'm there for Sweet Chin Disco as well. I'm doing double duty. So join us for all that, whatculture.com/tickets, and then join us in Las Vegas the Friday night before WrestleMania for a big SmackDown watch-along, the biggest SmackDown watch-along we've ever done, and then a live ups and downs afterwards. All the info, all the tickets, whatculture.com/tickets.
Look at that.
I'll tell you someone who could be there, Andy. Eddie Kingston. Card subject to change. He will not be there.
He won't be there.
But an interesting update on the King, as we call him here at WhatCulture. We love Eddie Kingston. And he's obviously been missing for quite some time with injuries. And this update is, like, nice to hear from him, but also slightly concerning at the same time, because he's revealed he's been suffering from an undisclosed stomach issue whilst recovering from the injuries that have sidelined him since May of last year. Speaking with PW Insider, and apologies in advance to our editor if I mess this up here, I'm going to try and bleep the swears, Kingston quipped, S is hard. When it rains, it pours. I effed my stomach up from stress and I'm waiting for results and then back to physical therapy. I got new insurance that costs an arm and a leg. In the meantime, all I'm watching is ECW TV, All Japan from the 90s and New Japan from the 90s. And everyone else should be watching this S2. As I mentioned, he's not wrestled since New Japan Strong Resurgence in May of 2024, facing Gabe Kidd, of course. He last appeared at Dynasty in April for AEW. But yeah, he's been fighting back from ACL and meniscus tears and a tubular fracture. Now, it's
tubular.
That's what it says here. No idea. But to put certain concerns to rest, it's not the big C, it's not an ulcer, they've clarified that, but he is suffering from stress and it's just added to his issues, which is terrible news because everyone, I think universally, cannot wait to see Eddie Kingston back in a wrestling.
Yeah, he did another interview where he was like, he listed like 7 things that have gone wrong and went, but I'm okay. So I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
He was like, this is a long-winded way of saying I'm good.
That first promo when he comes back is going to hit like nothing else.
Yeah, I can't. It's my most anticipated thing of the year, the Eddie return.
Give it the amount of time The Rock had on SmackDown last week and he might actually say something.
Yeah, he might be the only guy who can save the Death Rider story as well.
No, it's dead.
Eddie.
It's getting better now.
What are those things? Plates.
Cope's beating him. It's the problem. It's fixed.
Bad. But yeah, like I love Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
He's my favourite American wrestler. I have a really strong emotional resonance with him and his work. I read the Players Tribune article.
Oh God! Yeah,
every couple of months.
I need to read that again. Yeah.
Yeah, I watch promos all the time. He's speaking to my soul. I cannot state how much I love this man's work. I hope that whatever this stomach issue is, it goes away.
Yeah.
And he's back. I think the latest report last year was May 2025 because he had a broken bone or a fracture that needed to heal before he could get surgery. And after surgery, it was going to be 10 months. He had the
ACL,
surgery.
MCL stuff's always terrible, isn't it?
Exactly. He had the surgery in July, so 10 months would be May. But then maybe you have this stomach thing, maybe that.
Things.
Who knows?
Rare recovery, yeah.
Who knows when we'll see him, but I can't wait to see him. And they shouldn't announce it when he returns. They should just hit the music, brother.
Imagine.
Hit the music. Do it. Man, if you could do it all in.
I was about to say.
There's loads of people there, something like that. That'd be sick.
All in kickoff show, like, come on, man, let's go. Imagine they do it on the kickoff, like.
Oh my God,
Hayter.
Jamie, like poor Jamie Hayter.
Where is Jamie Hayter?
Yeah. What's
Anyway.
going on? She wrestled not Alex Williams. Alex Windsor the other week.
Okay.
Who's Alex Williams? I have no
know.
idea.
That sounds like an old schoolmate of mine or something.
She wrestled her for Eve. I've not seen it yet, but it got really good,
Oh,
really
I
good
must check
reviews.
that out.
So I'm going to check that
Get well soon to Eddie Kingston, though. All the love from the wrestling community, of course, for him. Yeah. Or it sucks when you're suffering from an injury. When you get things on top of that, it just double sucks, obviously.
I made a huge error the other day. So he posted a picture of Bruiser Brody.
I saw
to
this
his thing. I was like, wow, Eddie looks great. I was like, I really should have looked at that a second time. Like a complete
I
idiot.
looked at that and I was like, he's got like hair and stuff.
Yeah, I looked at it once and went, oh, cool, share. And then half an hour later, I was like, hold on a minute.
Wait a
That's
second.
Bruiser Brody. What a moron. But he's looking wild. He's got the beard at the moment. Cool. I love Eddie.
Yeah. Get well soon, Eddie.
Edward, come back.
Please.
Yes, we love you. Next on the agenda,
What are we talking about, actually?
from positive to negative.
I've just remembered.
It's a positive story, right?
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Vince McMahon, obviously there was a lot of speculation on him maybe starting a new wrestling promotion. And look, when we covered it, we did say that when Eric Bischoff and Conrad Thompson were talking about it, they were like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
I don't know about this. But it was a discussion point, so we talked about it.
Feasible, the amount of money he's got.
Yeah, this is it. Big Dave Meltzer, he's been on Wrestling Observer Radio, and he said the following. He's not starting a wrestling promotion, I can tell you that. He's starting an entertainment company. There was stuff floating around yesterday of him starting a wrestling company, and those close to him say, no, that is not happening. So Dave pointed out as well that if he did start, he wouldn't have a TV deal. He'd be no better than third place in the current market due to all the talent that's signed elsewhere. Like, he can't just go, yeah, I'll take Seth Rollins. He's got a contract. No. Also, a lot of these people probably don't want to work for you anymore.
I'd say, who's going to want to go? I'll tell you what I want to jump to.
Probably Brock Lesnar, to be honest.
Yeah.
And other creeps.
Yeah.
But yeah, like...
It's going to be called
other
CPW, Creeps Pro Wrestling.
Other people implicated in lawsuits, or named in lawsuits, or whatever.
I'm sure there's some backstage people who are out of jobs nowadays.
But he is planning on starting some kind of entertainment company, which isn't hugely surprising. Vince McMahon was the most self-loathing wrestling promoter of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He spent almost the entirety of his tenure telling you that WWE was not wrestling, it's sports entertainment. It's wrestling, brother.
Yeah. It's weird how business has picked up since he left.
Yeah, crazy. He tried the WBF. He tried the XFL.
Dead, yeah.
A bunch of other things. $1 Million Mania, all that. He tried a bunch of different things. None of them worked. The only thing he's ever been successful in was promoting wrestling, and he was very successful in that. But it doesn't surprise me that he's trying something else because he thinks he can do all this entertainment stuff, and he can't.
Yeah, but like you say, hey, go off and do that, and really try it, and I'll pay absolutely zero attention to all of it.
Absolutely. Vince McMahon produced version of what, like America's Got Talent or something?
I'd rather go back and watch episodes of bloody Swerved than watch whatever he's producing nowadays.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
It's rubbish.
But yeah, I'm glad he's not. Like, because here's the thing, we'd still say, well, I'm not going to pay any attention to his wrestling promotion, but we probably have to mention it.
We'd cover it for like a week or two, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the fear of just like, well, the amount of money they're throwing around, they could, well, snag some people who are just, disillusioned with everything. Yeah.
Go away. Go away.
Really don't want to ever talk about him again.
Shoo! Go away. It's like a little rat.
Yes.
Shoo. Go away.
But of course, another very rich man is Tony Khan.
Yes.
And you may have noticed on NXT the Tony Fumbled chants for Ricky Saints' debut.
Yeah.
Really enjoyable match, tagging alongside the highly talented Javon Evans against Wesley and Ethan Page, of course, on NXT this week. And it looked great in there, and they're doing really well for themselves. But how have AEW reacted to those Tony Fumbled chants? Is there panic? Is there chaos? Is there, people flipping tables over? What the hell are we going to do about all this? No. Sean Rossap reporting he spoke to an AEW source who said, we don't give an F. We don't care. Yeah. Which is not really surprising. They've got so much going on in AEW. They have hours and hours of television to work on. They've got ROH as well. They've got whatever's going on with this new Shockwave show, if that ever happens.
Still exists, yeah.
They've got a bloody pay-per-view coming up next weekend. I doubt that it's probably someone went, you see what they said about Ricky on?
Yeah, don't care.
But best of luck to him, probably. That's probably what they thought.
Yeah. It sounds like him and, Ricky and Tony maybe didn't have the best relationship towards the end there, but
No.
I kind of, if Tony cared, he wouldn't have let him go, right? He let him go ahead of the thing. And he held on to him for a long, long time, and we disagree with that practice.
Yeah. And I agree that they could have used him better.
Yeah, for sure. But he's going to do good in WWE now because he's good. Ricky rules. I love him. But look at this situation, right? Unpack this objectively. Remove your opinions as much as you can. It's 200 people in a room, right? NXT. It's like they invite a small audience. Was it Andrew J. Brady this week?
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
actually,
yeah. So remove that. It's a bigger room this week. But the point still stands. Why would he care? He decided not to use this guy for a year, and then he let him go ahead of his contract expiring. He's clearly, didn't want to use him for various reasons. And look, I disagree with that. I would have figured something out. I would have tried to figure something out, and used Ricky even to put people over, right? I would have done that, but I'm not Tony Khan. And at the end of the day, Ricky had a good AEW run, man.
Yeah.
Ricky, he was a champion, tag team champion. I know the FTW thing is more of a symbol, but it was part of storylines and stuff. He won the Owen, of course.
Of course.
He beat blooming CM Punk, for goodness sake. He had a good run in AEW. Yes, the last year ended on some shenanigans. So you can argue that he fumbled, whatever. I think it's an overused word these days. But everyone's moved on.
And I'm sure we'll get this again if Miro Rusev shows up back in the Fed, and same for Malachi Black. I'm sure this will rear its head again. And yes, I think all three could have been utilised better, but they've got other concerns.
Yeah.
It's not going to cause shock waves, ironically, within AEW they'll just be like, we've got the bloody Death Riders running roughshod over here. We've got to deal with that. Huh? What are we going to do about that?
I think
Choke people's bags out, trying to pour bleach down people's throats. We've got to concern ourselves with that.
Arrest these guys. They're out of control. And Marina Shafir, arrest her too.
Yeah. She's fine now because Willow caved her skull in.
Yeah, she won't.
Happy-go-lucky Willow Nightingale, you're dead! Great stuff.
At the end of the day, Tony Khan's a big boy. He can take it. He doesn't care. Let's all...
He's probably more concerned with his fantasy football.
Probably
honestly.
is. Who's he got? Who do you reckon Tone's got in his
Do you reckon
team?
if he plays the assistant manager chip, he actually has to pick the Fulham manager?
He picks Marco Silva.
Is it like, why have you picked Glasner, mate?
Yeah.
20 points this week, thanks very much.
Yeah, why not? His lineup is only Fulham players and ex-Fulham players.
Yeah.
It's got Louis Saha in there somehow.
Clint Dempsey, you don't know where I'm from, bro.
Yeah, Brian McBride.
Oh.
Let's go. Let's
Friedel?
go.
Friedel was...
Brad Friedel.
Yeah.
Marcus Hanneman.
Oh, legend.
Hey,
What was
Metalhead.
the... Brian McBride. Sorry, what was the American? Yeah.
Jeff Horsfield.
Jeff Horsfield.
Yeah.
Collins John and John Collins.
Yes.
Front two, if anything. Anyway,
Barry Hales.
we'll stop with the obscure football references. We're going to come back
Paul
later on
Arsenal.
today because we've got some more news coming your way, haven't we?
Peter Beardsley.
Indeed. Do join us for that one. And in the meantime, why not check out this video right here? What is it, Andy?
It's Kid Simons. Bye, Chris Coleman.
Bye.
See you later.